1958 edition of Fun with Foley, the amateur sound effect enthusiast guide to creating unbelievably believable sound effects at home. I'm your host, Marilyn Montgomery. To best illustrate the use of the simple, easy, and affordable techniques described on this record, we'll present to you a scene from the hit off-Broadway play, The Women's Hour. Whenever a sound effect occurs in the scene, you will hear a chime. I will then describe to you how this brilliant effect can be achieved easily and cost-effectively using everyday items. When I am finished, the scene will resume. Let's begin. In this scene, Marjorie has just returned home from an evening out. Unbeknownst to her, her sister Rose has been awaiting her arrival.
Oh, Rose, I didn't think you'd still be awake.
Didn't you, Marjorie? Close that door.
To create the sound of a door closing, utilize a miniature Foley door. If you do not have a Foley door, you can create your own at home using wood, a hinge, and a doorknob. Or simply closing an actual door in your home will suffice in a pinch.
You were out with him again, weren't you, Marjorie?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Don't you, Marjorie? Look at you standing in the doorway to your own apartment like a what? Like a vacuum salesman or something? What? Are you afraid to walk into your own living room, Marjorie?
No, of course not. Just watch me.
To create the sound of footsteps, record your feet, of course. Simply record yourself wearing metal golf cleats clumping on any old piece of 18th century mahogany furniture. Or, provided it's treated cherry wood, clumping on your actual floor in your home will suffice in a pinch.
Yes, you walk excellently, don't you, Marjorie? With those hips of yours and that girdle of mine you're wearing.
Move over, I need a glass of champagne.
The sound of champagne pouring into a glass, simply pour real champagne into a glass using your left hand. Cristal is best, but Veuve Clicquot will suffice in a pinch.
Sometimes the world feels so darn big and lonely that the only thing to fix it is champagne.
It's not your champagne consumption that I'm worried about, Marjorie. It's those lips of yours on that man of mine. Of all the men in Manhattan, you had to take him, didn't you?
You be quiet or I'm going to throw this here champagne glass clear across this here living room.
I said you're a tramp, Marjorie.
I said be quiet.
To create the sound of glass breaking, simply create a glass made out of sugar and then break it, just like they do in Hollywood. To create sugar, obtain a stalk of sugarcane. To obtain sugarcane, visit a sugarcane plantation in Cuba. Or simply breaking a stained glass window at your local cathedral will suffice in a pinch.
You clean up that broken glass, Marjorie.
Rose, stop it, you're going to tear my dress.
Cloth ripping, do not rip your own clothing. It is best to avoid scenes with ripping sounds, as tearing fabric can be costly and waste far too much time.
Rose, what's wrong with you? Have you gone mad or something?
Mad am I, Marjorie, mad.
Rose, what are you doing with that knife? Put it down, you're scaring me.
To create the sound of a knife stabbing a person, take a knife and stab a melon. Take care with how you stab. If the scene involves vicious stabbing, have at it. If the scene involves tender stabbing, such as in the case of a sacrifice, be soft and gentle. Honeydew melon is best, but cantaloupe will suffice in a pinch. To create the sound of tears, fill an eyedropper with melon juice. Honeydew melon is best, but cantaloupe will suffice in a pinch.
Oh, God, what have I done?
To create the sound of hysteria, drop a goose in a bathtub.
Marjorie, wake up. Damn you, girl. She's dead.
To create sound of a soul escaping a body. Breathe gently onto a mirror with the lights off.
Oh, God!
To create the sound of a locomotive, use a train whistle. No, the sound of a locomotive does not occur in this scene.
Lord in heaven, why must you keep me in despair?
To create the sound of your own despair at home, pour yourself 2 ounces of vermouth and skim through the obituary section of your local newspaper. Or simply record yourself dwelling on the fact that despite your love for the vocation, you'll most certainly always remain an amateur Foley artist at best, as it is a very trying art indeed. This will most certainly suffice in a pinch. I've been your host, Marilyn Montgomery. Thank you for listening.
Ah, Brother Clarence, I must admit how much I admire your recent vow of silence that you've taken. Although, you know, I must admit that now that the beer has been brewed and the alms given to the poor, that was a real highlight, and the gardens with their tender little lettuces, they've been tended. And I'm starting to get a little bit bored, you know? If only there was some way we could entertain ourselves and communicate, but alas, I may speak freely, yet you may not. If only there was some sort of logical solution. Oh, yes, hello, we already established that. Very good. Back up, is that what you're saying? Stop. Oh, some sort of surprise spider. Is that what you're miming? I can't really. One God. Agreed, apparently. We're monks. One God in heaven. It's why we're here in this abbey. Is that what? No, speak louder. Pump up the volume. Is that? No. Well, what is that you're supposed to be miming? Is that some sort of reverse butterfly, or your hands are glued together? What? Here, let me put down my book, give you my full attention. Continue. A square. A square in the air. The square is my mind. Madness, is that it? So Saint Agatha, Saint Catherine, Saint Jeremy, no. Churning butter sideways, is that? Oh, it's as if your eyeball was loose and you're spinning it around on a crank. Very good. Funny concept, yes. Forearm. The pox. Oh, my dear, you've got the pox. You've got the pox, and that's not what you're trying to tell me. Right, continue. 2 forearms? No, what is this, some sort of charade?
And so they continued on into the night, until these 2 lovable monks created the parlor game that would serve to make awkward dinner parties infinitely more awkward the world over, for generations to come, until...
Ted, is that it, what you're trying to... Oh, I think I've got it. Is it that you've realized communication with others is key to your sense of well-being? Also, your beard is itchy. Yes!
Ow.
Ow.
Hi, Carrie.
Bye.
Great to see you.
You look great. You look awesome.
Bye.
Oh, wow. She did not look great at all. She looked bad.
Wow.
Oh, well, I mean, it's so weird seeing everybody from back in high school again.
Weird, yeah. Hey, remember, what was it, grade 9, Miss Dietrich's class?
Oh, yeah. Well, she would always give us detention for playing M.A.S.H.
M.A.S.H.
Oh, you remember the game M.A.S.H? You have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, and it's supposed to predict the other person's future. You know, who they're going to marry, how many kids they might have, where they're going to work, that type of thing.
Right. And what did it stand for? Mansion, apartment,
or attic.
Yeah. Shack or house, is that
M.A.S.H,
it? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I remember I would always put down Nathan from homeroom.
Oh, that's right, you did, yeah.
But I guess it worked out.
What? You married Nathan?
I did,
Get out
yeah.
of here. What, isn't he in the NHL now?
Yeah, he plays hockey. I don't know.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, let me see what else is new. I'm a pediatrician, so that keeps me busy. And we have 2 kids, Ethan and Emma, and we just moved into this giant old place in Rosedale. So yeah, we're doing okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like, kind of sounds like you live in a mansion or something.
That's what it said in the listing, but I don't know.
wow.
Real estate, right?
Interesting. Wow. And I guess that Lotus parked outside with the N+L forever license plate, is that you?
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Oh
Yeah, that's my car.
Wow.
Nathan got it for me after our honeymoon in Hawaii. It was really idyllic. And the paint job on the Lotus, it matched my wedding dress, which was sort of a pale pink with butterflies on it. Which, come to think of it, I would have put down in that game of M.A.S.H too as my ideal future scenario. Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Well, lucky. I guess it just kind of worked out for me.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, we put down all kinds of zany, insane things on there.
We did?
So,
I don't remember. Must have blocked it out.
Yeah. So, what do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I am a poo doctor.
Like a proctologist?
No,
or-
it's a porta potty rental service. Just a poo doctor. It's what it says on my card. So.
That's funny.
No, it's a crappy job with a crappy title. Yeah.
Do you live in town?
Just on the outskirts, actually. Just in a shack.
By yourself, or?
Me and my 14 children.
That's
we live
quite
there.
a few, yes. We've graduated pretty recently.
Well,
That's a lot.
two sets of septuplets, you know, will do
Guess
that
that's
to
the
you.
math, yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's actually not as bad as it sounds. I'm making it sound worse, yeah. Except for the transportation is,
I bet.
A little dicey.
Do you just have like a giant van?
You'd
or?
think, right?
Yeah.
Come on, kids. Yeah, no. I drive a sailboat.
So you're by the waterfront then?
No, landlocked. Completely landlocked, yeah.
Is your partner here tonight?
You know what? Come to think of it, the game was right about him too. I married Leonardo DiCaprio. Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
No, sorry, not the Leonardo DiCaprio, just the guy with the same name. He makes fake IDs in Detroit for a living. We met and had our honeymoon in Antarctica for some reason, but you know, I'm almost over it.
Well, it was great seeing you and,
Yes.
and catching up. Yeah, stay in touch.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Okay. You know, my wedding dress was puke colored.
Pardon?
Puke. You put that down in the game. Yeah. Do you have any idea how hard it is to drive 14 children to school when you drive a sailboat and live in Mississauga?
No,
Do you?
No, look, I'm sorry if your life right now isn't exactly how you expected it to be. Who could have turned out that our lives would be eerily similar to some stupid game we played in grade 9? Look, I understand.
How can you possibly understand? Your life is perfect and mine's gross and weird.
No, I understand because I tell most people that I am a pediatrician, but really,
You're also a poo doctor?
it's the worst.
It is. Thank you very much.
Thank you.